another episode of York and Spoon. I'm Jenelle York, your Vegan Punk Pinup. I want to first thank you for being patient. I don't know if anybody noticed, nobody complained, but I missed a video last Monday. So in the last video I did post 2 weeks ago, I told you I was just about to head off to Disney World to celebrate my birthday and completed my first half marathon. Maybe my last. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole experience yet. I got this awesome Haunted Mansion Foolish Mortal shirt, so that was the highlight of my trip. I rode the Haunted Mansion 4 times and would have much more if I had the time. So I'm gonna show you, because this coming weekend is Super Bowl. Whether you're a football fan or not, this recipe is just a great dish for sharing. So any social gathering, work event, potluck. But it happens to be the week of the Super Bowl, and I happen to live near Seattle. So sorry, but I'm rooting for the Seahawks. And we had some fun playing with Seahawks flags around Disney Park. I'll actually throw up a picture of my husband and Gaston from Beauty and the Beast and his 12-man flag, because that was pretty cool. So this is gonna be deviled potatoes. So as vegans, I don't eat deviled eggs, but we can make something that looks similar and kind of gives you that experience without needing all the eggs. So what I have here is little potatoes. These are, I believe, Yukon Gold, and I just picked out the smallest ones that I could find because we want them to be about the same shape and size as eggs would be. So I'm gonna cut these in half. I have just steamed these until they are soft all the way through. And I'm just going to show you 4 today. You would, of course, make up as many as you need for whatever crowd you are feeding. I actually did a test batch of these already to make sure they were good before I showed you how to do them. So we're cutting them in half lengthwise, so they're going to sit like a half of an egg would. And then you're just going to use a melon baller or even just a spoon and scoop out most of the center. And I'm just going to put that in a bowl because we're going to mix some things into the filling, just like you would with egg yolks. And set the hollowed out ones aside for now. Okay, so once you have all your potatoes hollowed out, then we're going to mix some things into the potatoes. So I just have all of the centers here in a little mixing bowl. And I went ahead and made some cashew sour cream that we're just going to stir in here. So I will link below to the video where I've already showed you cashew sour cream, and I'll also have an associated blog post in the comments below that has this recipe written out in text format as well. So my cashew cream is a little bit lumpy. It's just been in the fridge for a while. So you could add as much liquid as needed, but we want to use as little as necessary as well. So I'm going to start with 2 big scoops and see how that mixes in. I'm going to use a potato masher, and I'm also going to give it a little shot of black pepper as well. So we just want to incorporate that cashew sour cream into our potatoes. So that mashed really easily. Now I'm just going to use my spoon to stir it together. And I'm going to add just a little bit more of the cashew sour cream. So the cashew sour cream is very simple. It's just soaked cashews, and you blend that with some lemon juice, a little pinch of salt, and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And then as little water as you can get by with to achieve a smooth consistency. So now that we've got our filling, we're just going to take and scoop a little bit into each potato. You could absolutely get more fancy and use a piping bag so this looks nice and pretty, but I just scoop it on. We're going to put some garnishes on top as well, so it'll kind of cover up any messiness that we have going on here. And you just want to make sure that you kind of distribute your filling evenly into your potato halves. So we don't want to fill them too full or we'll run out of filling. So just about the height of the potato itself. We only have as much as we took out, plus a little bit of the cashew cream. Okay, once you have all of your potato halves, or potato boats if you want to call them that, filled, we're just going to garnish. So I've got some smoked paprika. You could use regular paprika, but I really love the smoked. And we're just going to pinch it between your fingers and kind of sprinkle it around. This is also traditional on deviled eggs, so it kind of gives that similar appearance. I don't have an egg serving tray anymore, so I am just sitting these on a plate. If they're still really round, you can slice off a little slice on the bottom just so they sit flat on your plate. And then we're also going to garnish with some diced chive. So these are a perfect party food, especially for a gathering where you're going to be probably standing up and screaming at the TV like the Super Bowl this weekend. So if you are watching the game, tell me down below who you're rooting for. I won't be offended if it's not my team. Or if you don't care, tell me that too. To be honest, I'm not a huge football fan, but I do watch the Super Bowl every year. Even if it's not my team, it's just really exciting to get together with friends, and it's fun for social events. And this year I'm actually excited. I'm sure if you haven't seen my Katy Perry video yet, I'll link back to that as well. She's performing at halftime, so of course I'm gonna watch halftime show. So here you have it, some deviled potatoes. And these are so simple. That came together. Really what takes the longest is just mixing up that cashew sour cream, which can be done in about 5 minutes. And then our potatoes needed to, I steamed these, you can bake them too, for about 15 minutes until they're tender to the poke. So thank you for tuning in. Next week, we're gonna gear up for a romantic holiday.